I was finding it hard to figure out what's the best way to give parents out there, kids out there, parents that are experiencing their children or friends, whatever, whoever, going through drug addiction or any type of addiction, because addiction's addiction at the end of the day.
You just got to hang in there. You really have to. And as hard as it is, like, you go through different emotions yourself. You try different tools. You try ringing people. You try everything. You ring, all the people at Lifeline, Beyond Blue, like everything. And they said, look, you just got to let them go on that. But surround yourself with good friends.
Welcome to another episode of Planting Seeds with Soul. Raw conversations on transformation, truth, and finding light in the darkest places. You may not hear what you want, but you will definitely hear what you need. Alrighty, bone bags. Welcome back to another episode of Planting Seeds with Soul. Father, how are you?
Good, son.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
No worries.
First time I've done it.
I have been really looking forward to this one, guys. This is my father, Kris. Really been looking forward to getting Vogt, Goaty, Sissy. What else is there? The Goat Man.
Farmer.
The farmer. Yeah. Let's actually have a chat about that real quick. Why farmer?
Oh, mates, they reckon I duck and hide and I enjoy a good time. Mm. So they reckon I used to plant the seeds out there and get us on the soup a little bit, yeah.
What's have a beer? It's time for a beer type thing, that's the seed?
It's time for a beer and let's go here and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. So a couple of mates nicknamed me the farmer.
Farmer. I got you a sign actually, didn't I?
You actually did, yeah. It's outside, yeah. It's in the, outside,
nice. Yeah. All right. So, guys, this is my father, Kris. I was going to try... We've been trying to link up to get him on the podcast for a little bit now, but when was it? 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, you had a bit of a...
Yeah, nearly 5 now.
5 weeks ago, Dad had a heart attack. You'd do fucking anything to get out of a podcast. How are you feeling after that? That was fucking... that's scary for you, scary for us, scary for everyone.
Yeah, look, it was pretty intense. The last week or so I've started coming good, I think with what happened with that cyclone, that actually helped us a bit more. Allowed us to get out and see a few doctors and things like that that helped adjust a few things that I was struggling with. So, look, I'm getting better each day, but it really knocked us. I've never been knocked like that before.
I know. I could see it. It was I don't know. Was it just, what was it like for you going through that? Like I haven't experienced it, but there's many people that have, many people that haven't. What was it like?
Oh, it was terrible. First of all, I thought it was a bit of, I've never had angina, but I thought it was a bit of angina or something like that, or something I'd eaten, but I hadn't actually eaten that day. So something happened that morning, and we had to go up somewhere to do something, and started getting these funny little pains. They're only little ones to start with, and then with what we were doing, progressively got worse. But I thought, it's nothing. Just went and laid on the floor where we were and tried to push through it, and then ended up going to the toilet, started vomiting. Then I said to Mum, look, I need to go. I was supposed to go up to Brisbane to see a mate. From there it just got worse. So on my home, I had to go home to get changed before I went to Brisbane. So I rang a very close mate of mine, Dilt, and I said, look, I've got these pains, but I'm coming to get you. I'll jump in the pool and have a sauna or something. It'll be sweet. It'll be sweet. And I jumped in the pool and I got out and I started sweating real bad, and the pain was getting harder. So I thought, oh, fuck, I need to do something about this. I didn't ring anyone, but I started working my way to the hospital by myself and rang Dilt. I said, look, mate, I can't make it. I really can't. I've got a bit of shit going on here. I said, these pains are getting worse. And Eventually got to the satellite hospital, and there's a bit of anxiety getting there because it was getting worse and worse. And then, went in there and I said, look, can you wait a minute, sir? I said, look, I can't. I can't wait. I've got these pains going on, and they immediately rushed us in, and, sort of unfolded from there.
You didn't, I don't even know if you said it, but how'd you get there?
I drove myself. It's stupid. You don't want... I just don't like people knowing what's going on, so...
I know it might seem stupid, but I don't know if you've seen that that little video I put up when I was driving home from work. I seen a young lady sitting on the concrete barrier on the motorway.
Yeah, you told us about that, yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't look right for starters. Didn't feel right at all. I could see just from the visual look of her that something was not right. So I called the cops or the emergency services, and it took 5 minutes plus just for the operator to connect us to the police.
Yeah, right.
So, if you're going through what you're going through and you're on hold for 5 minutes with that type of shit, you'd think you're fucking gone.
Yeah, well, look, lucky I did what I sort of did, to be honest. Like, I'm driving there and you get a red light and you think, oh, fuck, really? I felt like tumbling out of the car, doing the tumble roll and just holding my chest and all that. And I thought, look, I think you've got a couple of minutes to get there. Parked the car, ran in and said, look, I'm in trouble here, in a bit of strife. So they were unreal. It was at the satellite hospital there at Chugan, and within 10 minutes, they're only equipped to do certain things, like probably, broken ankle, sprained knees or whatever. And the ambos were there within sort of 10 minutes. So and they were good. Even
the hospital staff, when I found out, I drove down to Coogin, the new Tweed Hospital is at Kingscliff, Coogin there.
Yeah.
Even they were good.
Oh, they were unreal.
Yeah.
I still don't know why we went there, because John Flynn was around the corner. So, but I don't know whether the cardiologists, I'm not sure, but they sent us down there and they prepped us all for the next morning. So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had good help. I'm glad you're still here.
Yeah, lucky. Yeah. Very lucky.
It was because that's what I wanted this so bad, guys, to have Dad on the podcast. Not for just this reason. Like, there's heaps of reasons that I'd want Dad on the podcast. He's an unreal bloke. Like, he'd literally take his shirt off right now and give it to someone if they didn't fucking have one. Like, he's that type of guy. He's the helper. He won't really ever accept help. That's just how it is. But for most of you who know me already, you know about my past with drugs, the mental health struggles that come with that. And it's not just the drugs where you have mental health. Like, it's a hard world to live in, this one. But, with the drug abuse, being a drug addict for quite some time, the mental health struggles, a lot of challenges come with that. And this bloke right here was one of the ones who witnessed it all, that watched it all, that observed it all, felt it all. Just was it all. It was just it all. Like, it was. Yeah. And where I'm going with that is, I think Dad will have, just from his personal experience, he'll have some really good insights for those parents out there, people out there, whoever it is out there that's dealing with someone going through drug addiction, mental health struggles, that's, a bit lost in life, and you're not too sure really what to do, because, there's a lot of help out there. There is, but in terms of the system...
No, the system, the actual system doesn't work. It really comes down to family support. That's all it comes down to, and the individual that's dealing with the addiction. That's all you can come. Like, I got asked this question while we were away down at Mooney Beach by some people that were struggling. You obviously know them.
Yep.
And the father asked me, what through your experience, what advice can you give me? I said, well, there's nothing you can do. You just got to be there for them, and hope that the way you've brought them up eventually comes back, which it does if you stick by them. And like, we went through a lot of processes with you. We did business modelling. We did so many different things to keep your mind active and away from the things that you were sort of doing. So And you're a smart cookie. Like you think about that Sneaky Peaks thing that you set up with you and Ryan, the son-in-law. It was quite amazing, and people should really see what you've done there. Like it's brilliant. Yeah.
Still got the plan there for that. Maybe one day.
Yeah, you should. Well, you should show it, mate. It's incredible. It really is. Yeah.
I guess with everything you saw, that's unfolded now, where I'm at now. There's some more creative ideas that can be put into something like that.
Oh, for sure. It was a great concept. Unfortunately, it was a US product. Had a lot of high-end meetings with people, investors and all that, to try and get the money to do it. It was a great concept. It really was. So it's just unfortunate we couldn't get the money. And you went back to what you know, civil
and snorting coke. Before we do get into that conversation, from your personal experience of me and other things, I want people to get to know you a bit like I know you.
Yeah.
Like get to know, like give us a little rundown. In a nutshell, kind of where you grew up, mum and dad, your mates. Like it's. Yeah.
Look, you go on.
Yeah, really. I know.
But look, born and bred in Carina to parents, Pam and Jeff. You're obviously grandparents. Dad was of a German descent. Goes back to great grandparents, and mum, she was at Pomp, so she came over with her mother and her 7 sisters from England. And mum and dad eventually got together and had us. So there's Ingrid, the older sister Carl, myself and Craig, to mum and dad. Beautiful people. Dad was very strict, very hardworking. So he had a fantastic work ethic, and he instilled that into us. But he was a very funny man. He had a good wit, good sense of humour and all that sort of stuff. But he was strict. He was strict. So more around your manners and your basic sort of things. So which I'm so glad he did. Looking back, and mum was like an angel, like a saint. She was incredible.
She's an earth angel, hey. Like she.
Oh, incredible.
It's like she was meant to be here, but wasn't because she's too good for this place.
Yeah, mum was just incredible. Look, both of them together were like Dad. If you look back through things, and we went through it, Cindy and I. It wasn't easy back for those guys. They're bringing up 4 kids. They're trying to private school us. They got mortgages, and they went through that bad period when the interest rates were up 17-18%. And you, as a kid, you're wondering why the bloody hell he's arguing. So they used to argue a bit, or Dad did, and us kids used to put our pillows over our heads so we didn't hear. It was only verbal sort of stuff, but
still scary.
Oh, it was scary. Yeah, very very scary. So we used to put our heads under the pillow and just listen to them going for it and all that sort of stuff. And it's one thing I always thought I'd never do that. Never allowed that to happen to my kids. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So back on the Carina thing. Yeah, born and bred there. Didn't leave there till I was 30. If I didn't leave there, Mum would have left me.
Oh, the Leagues Club was that's the crab pot.
Yeah,
that was a crab pot, eh?
Yeah,
but
Carina was a funny place. Carina was a fantastic place. I'll keep going back to it. It was an unbelievable place growing up. Clem Jones, he was the Lord Mayor at the time. He set up this infrastructure around the area for kids to migrate to. So swimming pools, hockey fields, baseball fields, rugby league, anything you could imagine. He had this whole block. So, and we migrated to league. So you've got the league there, but then you've got the local schools around the area. So you've got, you get your private schools, your public schools and all that. And I happened through Mum and Dad moving around a bit, just trying to get themselves better till they moved into Meath Street. Started at Camp Hill Primary, grade 1. Met one of my mates, Darren Volpe, there. And then from there, still a mate to this day. From there, we went to St Martin's and then stayed there for 3 years. And then they struggled financially a bit. So then I went to Mayfield and met guys like Dilt and all that. So Yeah, and then Mum got us involved in football at the age of 6.
Good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good idea, eh?
Oh,
What do you? We've got the boys in footy now. Obviously, you know that.
Yeah.
But what would you say like about footy and that like because I think it's a good thing for the boys to be around. You know, they're going to see all different types of kids. You know, all different types of from all different places and that. But it's a good thing, isn't it? Is what I'm saying.
I think most of the people tied up with the league are fantastic people. They come from all different walks of life and that. So Carina was built like on a housing commission, and when we moved into Carina with Mum and Dad, it was all bush. It was all bush, and then I met my childhood mates, Beachy and Al Reardon. Beachy obviously passed, unfortunately, but Al and I are still great mates.
He's a big part of my childhood, like with Al, Big Al.
Big Al.
He loves the tats. He's a very heavily tattooed man, Big Al.
And he always said, when you turn 18, you get your tattoo. He's a great fella. But Al had dramas. We lost a mate. Yeah.
Beachy?
Before Beachy, Paul Muller, who we went to school with, was sitting in the park near the sewage plant up there at Carindale, and he decided to get on a mate's motorbike, and it didn't turn out good. He hit a pole, bike went up in flames, and Al had to drag him out burning. It was just horrible. It was horrible.
I didn't realise that Al had to drag him out burning.
Yeah, he had to drag him out burning, and that was his first tattoo. Oh, he might have got one with his Rottweiler first, and then Paul Muller he got next. So that was Al's. Either or. It was one of those instances that Al got his first tattoo. And Al was before his time. Al was he was a big, fit guy that played Aussie rules for Queensland and all this sort of stuff. He's just unbelievable. And then he met the marijuana and all that sort of stuff, and all that went by. But still a great mate. He carried both my parents down the aisle.
To this day, great bloke still. Like regardless of whatever he gets up to, his character, like he's never said a bad thing to me. Never done anything bad.
Yeah.
And I was chatting with Scoot. Craig is my uncle Dad's brother, and he was saying, you know, Dad and Al, big part, you know, have had a lot to do with his. Real good for him. Have been real good for him.
Yeah. Well, it was dirt when we moved in. We just built a house beside each other. So there was us, the Reardons, and the Doolans, which is Beachy. Then Verners and other people around the area. So we were so lucky, with our upbringing and all that sort of stuff. I wouldn't change anything.
No, like my memory of Carina, like compared to what's going on in the world now, that's actually the good times. You know, before mobile phones, like you used to let me and Mitch Little catch up at the age of like 5 when we were in kindy, just after kindy or even in kindy, I can't even remember, but we were young as. We used to have sleepovers, we used to ride the pushies, get the skaties out, the rollerblades with an old, I don't even know what you call it now, like a camcorder type thing. You chuck a fucking like little mini VHS thing in it.
Yeah, you used to make the videos.
Yeah, and make like Steve Irwin videos. We used to do like try and do these tricks that were probably pretty shit at the time.
Well, you and Mitch met in kindergarten. So, and the first time tried to have a sleepover, a party or something, there was another kid there, and the parent went up to Rochelle and said, "Oh, stay away from them. They're fucking weird."
Is that about us?
Yeah, about us. And,
she may have been right about that one.
Yeah, but Trenton, I can't remember. She had block laws and just weird. And Rochelle going, "Oh, really?" And Tim and Rochelle are still one of our best friends today. They're unbelievable people. They've never judged. They've never.
No.
They're unreal.
I actually sent Rochelle a voice message last night on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I went and got a 4-pack of beer on the way home. We haven't had power, guys. It's been hard, all right? And I come out the bottle shop and I've jumped in my car and I hear this on the roof, just real slow. This old fella just going tap, tap, tap. And then he leans into the window and he goes, how's the rodeo going, mate? I used to have 3 of these things. You could never kill them. I'm like, why'd you have fucking 3 of them then? But he was an old fella, but I messaged Rochelle and said, this thing is a weapon. Like, I've had no dramas with it. Every time I take it to the mechanics for a service, he's like, still the same oil leaks, still your driver's side door still doesn't open. So I have to jump through the passenger door to open the driver's door every single time. I've been doing that pretty well since I've had the car.
We still joke about it with Timmy, like he gave it to you for nothing, basically.
No doubt.
And he said, well, Timmy has done no fucking work because you never worked. It was a 20-year-old car and it had like 100,000 Ks on it.
Yeah, he's a cruiser, eh?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He is a great fella.
All right. I think that's all I had with that. Let's have a little chat about... so I was trying to figure out for a while, like, the best way to go about this, because the intention is to, I guess, raise awareness with everything that I'm doing. But for this, it's your personal experience with me on drugs. Could you 100% agree that my addiction wasn't just a personal addiction? It's a family one.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like a ripple from me.
Yeah. I don't think the hardest part is I don't think, well, you could clarify this probably, I don't think the addict knows what they're doing and what stress they're putting the family and
if I truly did, like, deeply, and this is how I've forgiven other people, to be honest, and like, you know, I'm not a religious person, but there's a verse in the Bible that says, forgive them for they know not what they do. I'm pretty sure it's the Bible, but regardless of what it is, those words, forgive them for they know not what they do, means forgive them, pretty much they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're asleep, they're unconscious, because if they did know deeply, any good person would pull the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's... Right. Yeah, like, if I had obviously something wasn't wiring and firing right, I didn't have the right information or tools or insights with how to deal with whatever was going on within me. So...
It's hard, like... You know, if you get together with someone else, that Tonksy is a great fella, and I think Mitch, he had a different issue, was it anger?
Yep.
Yeah, I've listened to quite a few of them, and I only listened to Mum's today because I've just started getting back into the walking. You ever get together and sort of collaborate with each other to try and understand? Especially with a guy like, say Tonksy or...
Well, yeah, Tonksy made it known. He had a relapse when he came on my podcast recently. And, like, if I had a hat on, I'd take my hat off to him. Yeah, he's like, it's ballsy because he's got his podcast and his social media, and, you know, it obviously started with, like, and it 100% still is redemption. You know, overcoming addiction, recovering from addiction, all that sort of stuff. And he's, like, built a real good thing off of it. Yeah. And it continues to be good, and it will continue to be good.
Yeah, I like the background on what he's done and like the whole family, the way he explained the family stuff and all that. So
yeah. But to have that established and then come out and say, I've gone back, or not, it's not backwards. I don't look at it as backwards, but I've had a relapse. Not knowing, you know, that what's people going to think? Are they going to fuck me off, or like it's
people really?
Yeah, that's what we've said to each other. Like, fuck anyone's opinion. He actually sent me a photo today of some guy rolling up a joint, like it's a cartoon, and it says your opinion in it. He's about to speak.
I got a giggle out of something about that. Is it DMT, whatever makes you know everything? Yeah. I said, Mum must fucking sprinkle it on the cornflakes. She knows fucking everything. Sorry, Dennis. Is it DMT, is it?
DMT, yeah. It's the hardest one to pronounce. I think it's dimethyltryptamine. Yeah.
Oh, Mummy must have it on a cornflakes every morning.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I don't even know where we're at, but I guess actually I do. I was finding it hard to figure out what's the best way to give parents out there, kids out there, parents that are experiencing their children or friends, whatever, whoever, going through drug addiction or any type of addiction, because addiction's addiction at the end of the day.
You just got to hang in there. You really have to. And as hard as it is, like, you go through different emotions yourself. You try different tools. You try ringing people. You try everything. You ring, all the people at Lifeline, Beyond Blue, like everything. And they said, look, you just got to let them go on that. But surround yourself with good friends. Like, some people, some of your closest friends can judge you, like, unfortunately, which is
the most really dangerous person is an untrustworthy friend, I reckon.
Yeah, I know, it's scary.
Yeah,
it's very scary, but you just got to believe in the way you brought your child up. Let them get through what they need to get through. Be there, help them. Try and fill their heads with other things, like we did with you, with business and creating different things. Like that's a distraction away from the drugs. So it makes you think, and you feel like you're creating something. There's going to be relapses, and you just got to hope for the best. Like, my sister, she went through dramas and all that sort of stuff, and we just got to keep hanging in there. Just hang in there and believe in these kids. Even when you guys were going through everything, you're always extremely polite. You'd recognise everyone. You'd give everyone a kiss and a cuddle and all that sort of stuff. When the shit kicked in, you'd turn into a different human. But you'd never do that around us. You might have done around your sisters and that, but you didn't do it around us. There might have been occasions, that like, it happened.
I'd hide it.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't want to do that. Obviously, when I was a little bit loose, I think I remember a few times there, I'd pulled the bag, like a pretty big bag, out at the sunny coast there on my birthday. Yeah. Like, that's just stupid.
Yeah. I see, when it got real heavy, I was fortunate to have Brownie.
Yeah, Brownie's a good man, eh? Like,
he got introduced us through one of my best mates. Yeah. They did I went to Cooperoo High, and they're Aboriginal, and so they were part of the Aboriginal curriculum side of things. And then Paul introduced me to Brownie, and we weren't ever really close. We played footy against each other and all that sort of stuff. And then he moved down here, and we started getting back. He was a wild boy, fucking wild. Next level wild. I
know. I probably haven't experienced that type of wild, but man,
this is for another.
This is for another episode.
For Bali.
We got to get him on here, eh?
Oh yeah, he's a funny man, but a very good man. Doesn't judge anyone. He'll help you out, and he's been you've got a lot of mates around, but he's been a good sounding board.
He can't judge anyone. He's Aboriginal. I know that's a bit of a line cross there, but he's the only one that's okay with it.
He's a funny man.
But I got nothing against Aboriginals, guys. That's a personal joke between me and him.
We're just fortunate he moved in around here. And he got us out of a bit of shit. So
yeah,
and I was there like Clado when he was going through his shit. You get through it, mate. You just got to. Yeah, it's life.
The only way too is through, right?
Yeah, I think we had a chat before the shit went down with the heart attack. I said life will deal you all sorts of stuff, and I just don't care about much anymore. I really don't. I just go with the flow. I
have honestly been. That seems like the more time or more moments that pass, it really does get like that. It's like I've stopped taking life so seriously. Yeah. It seems to be decreasing more so. And like you said, like when I was going through all that sort of stuff, like you can imagine me like jumping into a stream like rapids, like trying to swim against the fucking thing. You should like just to let go and let it take you where it needs to go.
Like.
You're going to end up in the same place anyway. It's just swimming against it makes it harder on yourself.
Well, tell her, like, what about when you come out of me knob? You reckon? Remember, you reckon you come out tadpole, you reckon you put your headgear on, you're like, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you, fuckers.
Oh, yeah. I'm a winner. I'm a fucking winner.
You got the egg.
Yeah. Everyone that's watching this is a winner too, and you're a winner.
You reckon you could see him, did you?
Hey?
You were against millions and you won.
I fight to win. Like I don't give a fuck. I'll bite people. I'll kick them out the way. I'll pinch them. I'll scratch them. I don't care. Like I was doing whatever I could to those other fuckers. There was thousands of them too.
Oh, millions probably.
Yeah. If I had a hand, I would have been doing these ones as I'm going to the egg.
Oh, that's funny.
That is good. Okay, so I had, same before, struggle to figure out what is 3 questions I can ask to, I guess, get the most out of it, because there's so many questions that could be answered for people. People have so many questions that need to be answered. And I was just like, fuck. I think these 3 are the best I can sort of do for now. So I'll ask. The first question I have that I'd like you to share from your personal experience is what was it like as a father almost losing me to drugs?
Oh, it was horrible, mate. It was, you probably don't remember half the stuff. There was tears together. The amount of situations we had to get you out of was pretty intense, and you probably don't remember half of them. The crash cars, fights, people, coppers, ambos, this went on. And at first, you got to try and figure it out yourself. You try and rouse on you, try and fuck. What are you fucking doing? You fucking idiot! all that sort of stuff, which is out of character. And then try the silent treatment. Doesn't work. I don't know. You just try everything. It's difficult, mate. Yeah, and to see some of the situations that you're in, you think, just why? Why? Just why? You got the world at your feet. It's very, very hard. Yeah, and I don't think anyone can really explain it from a parent's point of view. It's just difficult.
No.
Yeah, but again, back to the belief. You just got to trust that human was going to come back to you and be the person. And we're extremely proud of how far you've come. 3 years now. You met a beautiful girl, and that's got a lot to do with it.
100%, yeah.
100%. She is magnificent, and you got 3 good boys. So yeah,
I'm definitely lucky. I feel like, when I actually, stopping. You said before it comes with relapses and stuff like that. It's like it got to a point where, I'd fuck up, and then it'd get to that really, really hairy point.
We became used to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pattern. So we knew. And I could tell a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just through your demeanour, lack of communication. You could just tell. You get used to it. And even to this day, I still know when someone's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that habit, because I can see from a parent's perspective, why the fuck and how the fuck is he caught in this cycle of just shit?
Yeah, it's a head fuck. It's a massive head.
With me looking at it now, it's lack of awareness. Honestly, lack of awareness. I understand that I can literally sit back. If I want to have a rest from my thoughts and my demons or whatever's going on, I know that I can take the seat and sit back as the witness, and I can see what my thoughts are doing. I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird, or that's not right, and I can figure out and sort of I don't know, reverse engineer it back to.
Is that just maturity or?
Maturity, and I don't know. I get it is the moments that pass by, and I think.
Fuck, it took a long time for your ball to drop. Fucking 33. I'm thinking, fuck. You tell these people that are going through it, it's all good. How old is your son? 21. I said, well, mine was 33. They go, oh, fuck.
I know. I've met a few people that are, they're struggling really, really hard. I had a guy at the beach. He just rocked up this morning because he was struggling that bad. He messaged me as I've just finished a meditation. He's like, mate, whereabouts are you? Because I met up with him in this same spot. He knows that I run there and meditate there.
Yeah.
And he just come up and Chad, I don't know where I was going with that one, actually. I fully lost my train of thought.
Mm.
But
well, you know how Mum just said before we came on here about Mrs. Vogt, and you asked me about where I'd come from, and I said Camp Hill Primary School, grade 1, I started there. Mrs. Vogt, Darren, was in my class in grade 1.
Oh, so really?
Yeah, and I think it might be his son that's struggling a little bit. So
yeah, okay.
And look, they're a great family. Yeah, we got a lot of history. So we're grade 1, met back up playing footy and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, so you got those families that now their grandchildren are starting to go through it. So
it's you know, fuck, I don't even know how to say it. Everyone's a good person. Everyone's is just like good.
Yeah.
Love, like it's just pure love and good. It's just unfortunately they haven't had the right information. Like something hasn't clicked, and it doesn't even just start from like the birth, like when you come out of mama. But even if mama has got some shit going on during the pregnancy and that.
Yeah.
Like you never know where and how far back it goes, this shit. Until you start, like, I guess, investigating it a bit.
Yeah.
It's still hard. Like, I can't uncover everything willingly. It needs to be sort of like...
Yeah. Look, that's what makes the world go around too, mate. Like, there's everyone's different. Everyone's got their own struggles and all that sort of stuff. But if you keep together, like, everyone will always get through. I believe it. Look, unfortunately, some people haven't got the family support, and you feel for those buggers, like, really. Some of them just... Then they got no hope, unfortunately.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's so lucky that I am so lucky that I had you guys, because if I was caught in that same type of predicament without support, like heaps of people don't. I don't know. That's right. I don't know where I'd end up. I have seen some really good redemption stories of people that have had fuck all, and they've gotten through it, but it's like fuck, the chances are a lot less.
Yeah,
I reckon.
Yeah, so you're very engaging too. So you're very you always go up and say good day. Well, the way you've sort of been brought up, you know. Whereas even Jono just commented and he goes, mate, he's different. Like he's wired. He's very like switched on, engaging, listening to what we say and all that sort of stuff. He goes, he's a fucking great fella. So mate, the majority of my friends think that as well. They know you're a good person.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Cheers, Jono. Fucking good.
He wouldn't listen. He wouldn't know what a fucking podcast is, old Jono. He knows what a beer and a red wine is. That's about it.
You and Jono still. Oh, I think I do too. I text with one thumb, but I think you're the index finger type guy. You and Jono would be. Jono would have a Nokia 3315 still, I reckon.
Hope that answered the question.
No, it did. Yeah. I've just got to have a quick look here. Yeah, no, you did absolutely. The second one was, how did you keep going? Obviously, this is it's you and I doing a podcast now. Other people were involved in this, but how did you personally keep going when it felt like there was nothing you could do to save me?
Head down, ass up. Keep to yourself and just deal with the process in your head. I don't like bothering people with, your problems and all that sort of stuff. I wouldn't talk to anyone. Just deal with it. We're dealing with a lot of other issues at the same time. Your grandparents and Carl and Charlie, and there was a lot going on. And Carl got hurt. There's a lot of shit going on. So, and running a business, like, it wasn't just a small business either. It was a pretty big business. So.
Sign manager.
Yeah, it was a big business. So it wasn't just here in Australia. It was a group of companies. So, sort of fortunate to have that, but you just kept going through the process and just tried to hang in there. There's some days where you'd, a grandpa was crook. This is while all your shit's going on at the same time. And I don't talk to anyone about this.
Let it out.
Yeah, it was hard.
No, fucking...
Yeah.
This is... There's no point holding shit because that's why you ticker.
Yeah, it was
attacked
hard.
itself.
Yeah. So you'd get back saying, Dad, sit in the car and just fucking scream. Ah.
What happened with Dad?
Oh, Grandpa, he had Parkinson's, so
Yeah,
I'm feeding him every day.
yeah.
And yeah, you'd sit there and you just, before you go back to work, you sit in the car and you just fucking scream, I fucking fuck this. You walk back upstairs, how you going, guys? Staff, you know.
Fuck, God,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, eh?
Yeah, no, you just deal with it your own personal way. So keep your cards pretty close to your chest. Surround yourself with people that make you laugh. That's that's my addiction.
You don't...
Honestly, that's my addiction. Good people
Yeah.
that you can laugh with.
But
and most of my mates are unreal.
Oh, yeah, they are, 100%.
Yeah.
You're an unreal bloke. You wouldn't hang out with fuckwits. It's as simple as that.
I honestly, even I don't care. Fuckwits, I can.
But you're not going to
Yeah.
hang... You know what I mean?
Yeah. I honestly look at the best in everyone. And you go for a walk in the morning, walking along, say good day, like, fucking easy. Yeah, we're lucky here where we are, like the Chinese are different. They're fighting for fucking space. So they don't head down fucking ass up, you know.
What happened there?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
think...
so-
Do you talk with your mates, though? Do you talk about your problems? Because that's a problem.
Look, it's probably only happened twice. Once with Paulie. This is when we were living at Swell. I explained a few things, and that was at the end of the night. It was after, you know, the Source had a few cans of beer and that, weren't too drunk or whatever. But just as it started talking, they started to try and get shit out of you and all that sort of stuff, and just had a bit of a meltdown that night. And with Calvin Goldsmith, he was another one when we were living at Swell. He's like my daddy now. He's a great fella.
Cal's a good man. I had a chat with Matty the other day too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still in
Cal's
the process.
unbelievable.
He's such a good man.
Yeah.
They all are. The whole family is unreal.
Yeah, we go out to Swains with them fishing every second year, and he said, "Oh, can you tie me a knot?" And he looks at me and said, "Oh." He said, "You looked at me like my fucking dad used to." Look at this guy. You just play really dumb with him. He does everything for you, but he's a great fella.
Oh yeah.
How do you tie the knot, Cal? You know,
He knows everything, Cal. He's
MacGyver.
Yeah, MacGyver. That's the one.
Yeah, he's a MacGyver.
He's a.
You got a beautiful family now, grandkids and all that.
Mm,
He's a bit older than us.
I haven't seen any of them in ages.
Yeah,
I need to get a fucking 4-wheel drive so I can come away on these trips and start taking the boys away.
They
and
actually
Kelsey
don't
anyway.
do too much either because they've got all the grandkids and all that now, so it's not as easy.
All right, there's one. Before I go to this last question, you do need to fucking talk more. You need to talk about what's going on more. Share with people. I know you said you like to keep your cards close to your chest, but that's old age stuff. It's stuff that doesn't serve you or anyone else around you anymore.
Look, I talk to Mum. Talk to Mum about certain things. Like that's the sounding board. And if I'm gonna have a meltdown, I'll do it in front of her. That's about it.
Do the guys open up to you about things like Jono or fucking Buster, Birdie?
No. Good. You know, Dilt's probably one of my best mates. Him and I probably talk.
I found out the Savi about Birdie. I won't say on here, but like
2 weeks after.
he's saying like he goes, you're looking trimmed up, brother. I'm like, you look fucking, you've lost a bit of weight too, and then told us.
Yeah.
And I was like, far out, man. He doesn't talk to you about that.
No, we don't really. We haven't really sat down and talked about it.
He said to me he's fucking stressed, and the weight that he's dropped is stressed, and that's it. That's what leads to that fucking heart ticker attacking itself. That's where the main shit gets stored in your heart.
Yeah, and I know, and that's sort of what happened. I got explained to me. Yeah, a bit of it dies, and calcium builds up, falls up, forms a blood clot, and all that sort of shit.
There's a lot. Body's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. What message would you have to parents and kids going through this right now? So, I don't know. What's a good example?
I think we sort of touched on it with the Aunt Mooney.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, just got to be there for him. That's
Yeah.
all I can say. Like that poor fella, only met him for the first night, and you obviously opened up to him, which took balls from you because that's obviously a relation I won't mention, but yeah. So that took guts for you to tell him. You're open and honest about what you've done, and now he's got a son just starting on the journey. Fucking put the racing harness on, son, and fucking brace yourself. Good luck, God bless. No, seriously, you just got to.
There's nothing you can do.
There is.
There is that you just, like you said, you just got to keep going, keep on keeping on. But remember
that was your. Your, what was that for? Sneaky peeks.
Sneaky peeks. Just keep on keeping on.
And how true is that?
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like, I think parents have got to protect themselves though too. Did you protect yourselves? In some way, shape or form? And I mean, like, the thing is, if there's someone causing so much fucking shit like I was, and it's affecting, that ripple effect is affecting other people to a point where their whole world's fucked and their energy is rippling out to the ones that they love as well. So it's like, if my choices, my decisions are causing a ripple effect to make you not feel good, it goes everywhere.
It does. It doesn't with us. It didn't go out to our friends, and maybe it should have, because some of them might have understood before judging us, you know, because we're not pretty open about it. Like, you had instances where you'd done things and I got told, well, why didn't you pull your son's head in? They don't know that we nearly come back here and nearly had a blue over certain things. So, I'm not sure.
You can't, well, like you said, you can say, you can rouse, you can get to like that point of nearly having a Barney, and that wasn't you, that's me.
Yeah.
And you can do the silent treatment, you can try all of these things, but if the person, the individual, me, didn't want to choose the right choice, didn't want to choose to not do it,
and there's nothing you can do about it.
No, that's my willpower. That's the power that I hold,
and that stays within with our family. That stays within us, and maybe branch out to our brothers and sisters. That's as far as that really goes. You know, certain special friends like Manny and Tony, that they know things. But probably Howie, you just keep it to a distinct few that you can trust and try and get through it. The immediate family is the one that struggles, you know, your sisters. And
cops the first hit from the tsunami.
Yeah, and then we might argue, well, we don't know what we're doing, and might eventually lead to an argument. Or Mum and I go, well, I don't know what to do. And I said, well, I don't fucking know what to do either. You know, you ring all the specialists and all that sort of stuff. They were useless as tits on a bull. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it came down to you wanting to change. That's all you can do. And again, believe, as parents, you just got to believe that you brought up that child the right way. And you bring up, in our instance, we brought up 3 children, and you're all different in your own way, and you all choose your own different paths. So,
yep.
And a lot of families are like that. Yeah.
I reckon that guy, it was just on my mind as you were talking then, that guy, that Currumbin that I went to go see, that what was he, a psychologist?
Yeah, he just wanted to pump you with more drugs. We're sitting, and then you're telling him to fuck off. Stick it up your ass, well, mate. Like, fuck off. And we actually agree with you. And we went to Dr. Ramy, and yeah.
I was trying my best with this bloke to try and explain what I was thinking, and it was about, you know, all the stuff that was going on in the world, the coronavirus. I'm like, this is fucked, blah blah blah. I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah.
But I think he said to me, like, you're delusional or something like that.
Yeah, he did.
And that's when I was like, yeah, well, you can get fucked. Like, go back to school, cunt.
Yeah. And that's what you said, and you walked out.
Yeah.
You walked out of that.
It's like, and that's probably something that I think everyone should know too is when you go on to seek support and help, I think It's all about trial and error.
Yeah, but I think, weren't we taking you there to try and get you help? It
Yeah.
wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me.
That's a big key.
What's that?
It was us as parents
Yeah.
trying to take you there to help you.
That's right.
You needed to do it
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, okay. I get what you mean.
Tonksy, yourself, you've talked about rock bottom.
Mm.
Unfortunately, that rock bottom is what you need, and you hope you survive through that rock bottom, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Like everyone will get off drugs eventually. Yeah. It's just whether you're going to be lucky enough to be here to talk about it.
So after after that checkout situation and all that, what made you change?
Oh, experienced something. And I have,
But we'd see you in the car up at the survey there, you're 3 or 4 weeks before, someone was giving you real bad stuff.
Yeah, I was on the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you'd be in the room over here and you'd be wigging out. No.
So do you remember that pretty well? One of the last nights I think I came back here. I'd been awake for like 3 or so days, and this isn't my first rodeo with fucking psychosis.
Yeah, you're crying. Yeah.
Yeah, I was crying. I was in a mess. I'd been awake for days. I was just up the road here in Palm Beach.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the side of the road, 3rd day in, smoking this pipe, which was broken in like 3 places, and I'm trying to hold this fucking thing together to make it airtight and light it up at the same time. So I'm like squeezing it with my hand. It's cutting my hands up. And I'm smoking this thing, just probably not even getting anything, but Charlie appeared to me in the back seat. My cousin Charlie, she's still alive today, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And we're having a conversation. She's not there. She was there for me, but if someone else was beside the car.
And I reckon that subconsciously, because you were there for her massively.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you helped her.
Yeah, I did.
And then you went the other way. That's another thing that we had to deal with.
I tried to help her when I was on the coke still, but I knew how bad ice was, and I wasn't on it at that point. It was still probably another year before I started to dabble with that one.
I do remember the night, because you're laying in that bed in the front room there. I said, "Mum, I need to get this glass out of my hands and all that sort of stuff. I need you to go clean the car up. Like you're just wigging out real bad."
Yeah.
And it was sort of from then. It was only you stayed in that room for probably a week, I reckon.
Yeah.
Trying to get your shit together, and then you gradually came good.
I was doing it
slowly.
Yeah.
And then for people like us, you got to build trust back. And that's another thing for parents. It takes time, but you got to believe that they're trying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. You do have to, even if it's the tiniest little thing, and even if you have to trick your fucking mind into it, that you got to believe that you can do it.
Yeah.
And the best way that I can describe this sort of situation with drugs is obviously when we attach to things that are toxic for us, that's when the pain comes, that's when the suffering comes. So I was attaching to, drugs, and at the end of it, let's use the pipe for an example. I'd attached to this pipe so much, it was just causing me pain. And the way that I relate it to is like, imagine if you would attach yourself to a fire, you place your hand in a fire, it is going to burn, and you're going to have, pain and suffering until you rip your hand out of it.
Yeah.
Then the suffering ends, but the pain doesn't end.
Parents don't really know that side of it. Like it's so hard to hear that.
It is, and it's once you finally let go of something that is no good for your health in any way, shape, or form, that like the fire, when you let go of it, you're left with 3rd-degree burns, and it's going to take some time, depending on how much damage you've done, how long you've held it in that fire. It's going to take some time and moments to heal from that. But you can't see. It's an invisible force, thoughts.
Yeah.
A physical thing. You're like, okay, I'm healing slowly every day. It's feeling a bit better. It was fucked yesterday, but today it's actually feeling a bit better. But with your thoughts, it's like, when is this fucking shit? How do I sort that out?
Yeah, the head noise.
You know?
Mate, it's no different to if you drink too much grog, you'll get head noise there. Like when we were younger, when we were playing footy and all that, you'd have a couple of days on the piss, like big benders, and you'd be Monday, Tuesday, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on with head? But back to what you're saying with that hand in the fire and all that, none of that happens if you don't initially take that stuff. So from what made you put something in your mouth to start with?
I guess it was friends.
Yeah,
it was friends. Like you're my parents. There's certain things that parents do. Like there's boundaries and restrictions that you put in place to keep us safe. But I don't think we see that. There's other kids where parents are a bit more lenient. There's other kids where the parents are a bit more strict. I think I said that the wrong way, but whatever. So you get the kids that are living a bit more loosely. The parents are letting them live a bit more loosely, and you're like, why the fuck are my parents uptight like this? So it's like you'd sort of have a bit of trust there for them because, it's like they're having fun. You go out surfing with them, and, like not all of the boys, like they're all fucking good guys. It's not like I probably back in the day would have pointed the finger and be like, I wouldn't have got on it if it wasn't that for that person. But it's like I make my own fucking choices. I know that now.
We put durries in our mouth. Young age, me and Alan Beachy and bloody my older brother, he probably pushed us that way.
You were so Grandpa was working for the mayor, weren't you? Pinching the mayor's durries.
Yeah, he was Frank Sleeman. He was his chauffeur, and he pulled him in the other. He goes, "Jeff, are you smoking me Benson and Edges?" He goes, "No." And Dad came home and he goes, "Right here, you fuckers. Who's stealing the durries out of the car?" It was me, Alan, Carl. Pretty funny. He used to have a Statesman DeVille. Oh, funny. Yeah, he used to smoke the Caspers.
That's gold.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But with with what you guys sort of go through, like Mum and I, have had to work with each other to try and figure out ways and that around it. So, and you're dealing with your mother's anxiety as well, which is pretty full on. Yeah, and she's getting better.
We all have our own. We've all got our shit, don't we?
Yeah, I reckon everyone needs advice. Like I love a beer. I love a beer.
I mean, I think so too. I completely agree with you on that. Yeah. I think if anyone says that they don't consume something to soothe something, they're full of shit. But where was I sort of leaning to with that one? Everyone's got their own shit going on within themselves. I guess their own demons. Yeah. Some have more, some don't. We've all got something that we're trying to fucking, something that pisses us off, that causes us a bit of fucking. Yeah.
If you've been through a lot, honestly, there's our saying, as long as you wake up breathing, and that's so true. No matter what life chucks you, you will always get through it.
I think it's made
you will always get through it.
I think so too.
100% you will.
I think those times create great men though.
Yeah.
Tough times. Because if I think all these comforts, that are out there, that all of that everyone has is making them weak. Like I was watching this YouTube video the other day. I did a podcast with this Derby guy and he told me about this comedian. I can't remember his name, Louis C.K. maybe. He talks about suicide, but he walks straight into this darkness of suicide, but transforms it into like a humorous joke and like light. Yeah. But he's like, and it wasn't a joke that clicked with me. It was this one thing he said. People these days, I'm just going to say it how he said it, kill themselves over the smallest fucking things, like their girlfriend breaking up with them, their boyfriend breaking up with them. They don't like their job, but you've got all of these people, like Vietnam, for example, that Kels and I recently went to. You've got kids living in the streets, people selling shit off stalls, and they have the biggest smiles on their face, and they're living side by side in a fucking filthy city.
You go to places like Vanuatu, happiest people on the planet, they got fucking nothing.
Yeah,
they got nothing.
And it's just hearing that, I'm like, that's so fucking true. Like people really do do this for the smallest reasons, and it's like there's a problem here with the way that society's set up, and I think it's because, you know, it's too easy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like all of the shit out there, the TV.
It's a throwaway society. Back in the day, you had to look after your shit.
Yeah.
You'd pay money for it, and you'd look after it. Now, you just TV breaks, chuck it in the bin, let's get another. Look, the washing machine just went after this thing. Like, out, in with a new.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, it's not good at all.
I think that was a good chat.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we've been going for, but seems right, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, good, mate. Yeah, thanks for having us on.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I love you very much.
Eh? You too, yeah.
Thanks for I've said it to you before, but I'm understanding. Not I feel like Karma's fucking coming to get me with the 3 boys. I'm like, oh please no, like not 3 boys. Like if it's gonna, Karma never forgets an address. I don't think. Absolutely not. Like I really
keep those boys busy, mate. Keep at least sport's a big thing.
That's the boy's dad. He was a hard one at the start. The face tattoos and all that sort of stuff. And
he's a great fella too.
His mate. He used to drive the copper shop around. I think he got one of his mates to look me up. And he's saying, obviously, if you look me up, it's not good at all. You'd be like, I can't have my kids with this guy. Like I don't. If he's still the same person, I can't.
Oh, that's
and I appreciate that.
When you were 18, 19, and any father, I would do the same.
I would do the same
as he did, yeah. And you got a good relationship with him. He seems like a fantastic fella to me. Kelsey's got a good relationship with him, so you're very fortunate that you've got that relationship.
I think more people should. I think girls can, in this type of divorce situation, girls can use kids as weapons, and I think guys can use other things and kids as weapons or whatever. It's a two-way street, and I think. If you're a parent that does uses that sort of stuff and it's a bad family dynamic, you've really got to think not just about the kids but about yourself. If you're not good with yourself, then you can't be good for your kids. But if you're gonna fucking use kids and use weapons and sort of shit to get at each other, the kids are gonna cop it. And like the first 7 years and then the 7 to 14 of a kid's life, if you're in that period where you're in a toxic relationship divorce, those kids are going to spend the next until 35, 40, if they get the opportunity to uncover, unravel and see and realise what's going on. But I think that's...
Well, that even goes back to what we said earlier with Dad, the poor bugger, he was under the pump. And until you sort of start, having children yourself, and like I was only 19 when I had you, I had to pull the finger out of my ass, get a house and all that sort of stuff. There's pressure. There's pressure there, so you got to try and make ends meet, provide, and all that sort of stuff. So, there was a few arguments, but Mum and Dad were great together. They really were. Dad was a funny man, very funny man, and that's been pushed down through Carl and Ingrid and Craig and I. Bit of a sense of humour.
Absolutely, your speech at Brooks' wedding, fucking hell, that's a gold one.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. we got another wedding coming up next year in September, so
that'll be good.
Yeah. No speeches.
Oh, is that it? No, that's sweet. That's probably a good time.
Yep. Thanks, mate.
Do you if you sort of had anything to say, what would you want to share with anyone? Anything at all?
Oh, nothing. Just be happy. I think that's the main thing. Like as I said earlier, life's going to throw you challenges, but no matter what. You'll wake up, you'll get through them. You got to push through them. There will be difficult things out there. It's like a roller coaster, but it's all sort of building as you get older. Like honestly, now I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck about much. As long as you kids are happy, that's the only thing, and your partners and all that. That's the only thing that really worries me now in this day and age. So as long as you guys are in a good place, and I think. There's a saying.
Come in here, Mum. No, come. I think so.
Yeah, there's a saying, he was only as happy as your unhappiest child. And what Cindy's dad said to us when we got married, live as long as you want, but never want as long as you live. And that you think about that.
Live as long as you want?
Live as long as you want, but never want as long as you live. Like, it's pretty powerful.
Is that
it's
like-
something that stuck with me forever.
Is that like be of this world, be in this world, not of this world?
Yeah, and don't be too needy.
Yeah.
Things will come. Like, look, we're fortunate, but we've got stuff that we've worked hard over the team to provide houses and all that sort of stuff, and to set ourselves up for the rest of our life. It's taken a lot of effort, but we don't really need things if we don't want them. We've been fortunate that we built a business and we were able to grab things along the way as we wanted to. But yeah, I think it's a pretty powerful thing from old Poppy. Good man. Been through
Absolutely.
hell. Been through hell, old Jim and Jules.
He's a good man. I'll have him on too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dad. I love you.
No worries. Love you too, mate. You clap off.
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
How's that?
Bye bye. Bye bye, guys.